Welcome back to MidPoint. Also, welcome back a former Florida statewide prosecutor, now a partner in the firm Holland Knight. William Shepard joins us here in the studio. Bill, let's talk about the grand jury now. Sure. We hear things that are seeping out all the time. As a matter of fact, according to a lawyer for the family today, says the grand jury appears to be approaching the end of its process. Unless you were sitting in the grand jury room, how would you know that?
Yeah, there are two people who know that. One is the prosecutor who stands before them, and the other, the members of the grand jury. And frankly, as somebody who's run grand juries myself, run statewide grand juries, issued reports as well as indictments, you know, the grand jury takes their work very seriously, and they're not going to say they're done until they as a group decide they're done. They're going to ask the prosecutors to step out. They're going to have heated conversations about particular issues. It's their process.
No one knows.
No one knows.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that we're all at the point, because when they say Thursday, Friday, 48 hours, we don't know. With regard to a grand jury, though, you have people sitting in a room right now. And how many people would be on this grand jury, would be sitting here listening to the testimony?
They probably have 18 there.
Okay, 18 people sitting listening. They all know, obviously, what goes on in the outside world.
Right.
They know what's happening. They know the pressure here. They know the fact that there's been talk of militarization. There's cops. There's National Guard. They know the community's sitting in a powder keg right now. What about the pressure then that is on them when they know they want to deliver justice, but there's still also in the back of the mind, I don't want to start a riot?
You know, and that's part of the reason why we all need to thank people who go and meet their civic obligation and perform their jury service. Those are tough decisions. They put themselves in a tough spot where they're having to make serious decisions. Juries do it across our country. It's a vibrant part of our democracy every day. And we don't thank the people enough who do this tough work.
What is the fear, though, that someone will buckle, whether it's to the side to indict or the side not to indict, despite what the evidence says?
Well, I mean, I think that's always a concern, that someone is not going to be true to their oath. They raised their hand and they swore an oath that they would follow the facts and follow the laws instructed. That's what we hold them all to.
What about the parents themselves? Look, let's be real honest here.
Sure.
The parents are coming out now, and I've got a story sitting here where it says the parents are praying for an indictment. That in itself is inflammatory. But let's get right to it. These are parents. It wouldn't make a difference if you were the parent of a serial killer. You would want your son or your daughter to get justice of some kind, no matter what it is. They are simply doing what parents say. Let's take the color out of it for a moment.
There's no question this is a tragedy for their family. And parents who have to deal with situations like this, I've spoke to many next of kin in my time as a prosecutor. It's a tough situation, win, lose, or draw. You know, at the end of a conviction, it still doesn't bring their loved one back.
Do you find it interesting or odd that no one has spoken to the parents yet? Apparently no one from the state attorney's office has actually come and spoken to them. That's one of their complaints. They're saying no one's telling us what's happening. Would you find that odd?
You know, I don't know that that's true, or whether they're dealing with the lawyers for the family. You know, but certainly I would think there would be time where it would be appropriate to consult with the next of kin and things like that.
Okay, and again, we just need to point out then there's so much that we don't know because we're not sitting there.
Right.
Minute that I got left right here. I have to put you on the spot.
Go ahead.
We've all heard these things. We've seen different forensics. We've heard different reports. Only from what you have seen at this point, not knowing what else is inside the grand jury, what would be your decision on this? What would you think might happen?
I think, you know, the question really that you ask is in your question. We haven't seen those things, right? We haven't seen the testimony from the ME. We haven't seen the testimony from the new ME who's come in apparently today to also testify and perhaps offer a counter view. You know, I think the grand jurors are going to focus not just on the eyewitnesses, but they're going to focus on all the forensics that point to a specific conclusion. Bob McCullough has done a great job of bringing in not just summary witnesses, but he's really brought in, if you look at the daily reports, he's brought in witness after witness after witness to give them the full picture so they can make that decision.
All right. I knew exactly what the answer was going to be because, again, we still have to wait for the actual evidence itself to come out.
That's exactly right.
Wonderful. Bill, thanks so much for coming in. I'm going to look forward to having you back again.
Look forward to it.
Pleasure. Breaking back for a trip to Outland and reasons why TV news anchors are thought to have absolutely no rhythm whatsoever. We're coming back.